Hey guys, this is Kirop speaking, and today we are back in Automation with the Lite Campaign v4.0 Let's Play with Superieco Incorporated, and of course Dr. Hand-Dieter Krause. From the looks of it, we have just released our very first facelift of the Cacapo, and that means we are getting big bucks, because our old model is also still selling. That affordability drop though. Yes, I don't know what happened there. Maybe up the price a little. We are currently making 60 million in profit almost on this one, but that is because we are selling the old shit, and the new one is out, so that's good. But what do we do from here? We now have a medium free factory which is working full out, and at massive profit margin too. So I think we can dare, after this next facelift, with this next facelift, maybe design a new engine. And I mean, we have engineered something there. It is a prototype. Is it still just a prototype? I can't even remember. Is it already in the car? Have we put it in the car? Well, you told me that this wouldn't be ready yet, so I didn't want to put it in the car, because you would be angry for no reason. I mean, it is perfectly efficient already, but your production just sucks, so I don't know why you're running your business so shit. Thank you for your input there, Hans-Dieter. Well, I guess we're going to facelift, and then putting in the new engine that is a bit more advanced. Before we do though, let's just check what tech is available. I think it should have unlocked the next year already, but it's best to find out here. No, this looks... Oh, no, that looks okay. It looks like we have unlocked these. Yeah, we are totally going to do an all-wheel drive car. Not required with that little power, although our engine doesn't have that little power. It's quite adequate for a 90s car. 90s car that is being produced in the late 70s, mind you. Because that engine is quite high-tech. So actually, this is the perfect time to facelift, because we do have our freshly gained new level in the year unlocks. And not only for unlocking tech, of course, but rather for just increasing quality. One thing that I can't escape is the quality of my farts at the moment. Holy shit, I'm stuck with those. The aroma is real, and now we go on to facelifting something here. But first up, of course, we need to try and revamp the engine. Or rather, place in the new one. Oh, it's still being engineered. When is that one done? Well, okay, the engineering has just started. I haven't played in a while, so that is something that is easy to miss, especially with the shit UI at the moment. That doesn't tell you anything about your engine projects. I'm so used to already having the new UI from Lite Campaign v4.1 that has just a section of engines down here where you can clearly see what's going on, but that is severely missing in this. Yeah, so not a new engine. We're just going to revamp the car itself. This one is from 76, so I believe we can give this one a bit of an upgrade. Just pop up some sliders for reliability and such. Although I think that one is already pretty much maxed out. Let's replace the variant and see what comes out of it. So why are you pulling up this engine again? There's a little bit of octane left. Okay, so I can easily just optimize that one for you if you want to. But other than that, I mean, we could make it turbocharged. Well, turbocharged is not really that fast to do. I mean, it's 24 months because we have no familiarity for whatever reason. I don't know. We have built turbos before. And of course, through my magic of optimization, we have just gained another 0.2% of fuel efficiency, so this is great news indeed. Oh, really? Yes. I like that look. Can we please switch to automatic gearbox, advanced automatic, because that is not as shit at fuel economy as the automatic. And we really need that, because look at the difference. It's not really that great. Why is it so shit? Well, Hans-Dieter, this is pretty new tech, so we can't just magically wave our dick around and make it happen. So yeah, we can also just put more overdrive in. It always helps, right? Now that is proper overdrive. Third gear going to top speed of 152, and then we have a complete gear that is just for economy driving. Wheel spin, not really an issue with this setup. And I think at this point we can get rid of our -2 quality on the advanced 70s, or we can straight up switch to the advanced 80s. That gives us some more future proofing, let's call it that, for quite a bit of engineering time on top, of course. But yeah, is it worth it? Nah, I don't think it's worth the costs even. So let's just keep advanced 70s, but up the quality. Makes the car a fair bit heavier. But on the other hand, the demographics are liking it for the extra safety and such. Re-optimized, and bam! No, not the car company bam. That's this. Martin, stop it right now. This is looking very green. And I think that is a good project then. So let's sign off on that one, or rather, yeah, just sign off there. And do the other ones as well. The wagon, up next. Scoring really well in commuter, even though they want sedans. Yeah, it's fine. Markets are doing well. This is all good. Oh, what was the warning about the dampers? Oh, hard. Yeah, they are. But that is because if you have a load of shit in there, carry it around, then you don't want it to wobble all over the place. Vibration okay, but not wobble. So yeah, when it's a little heavier loaded, then that ratio would go down, or this number. This is a ratio. So that would go down, and we don't want that too much. Children vomiting, shit going everywhere. Nah, not great. So let's sign off on that one too. And now it's only the van left. This is all looking pretty good. We're still on drum brakes, but who cares, right? They are working. Much more focused demographics in this one. Yep, light delivery. That is where we're aiming. And overall, I'm really happy with this redesign. That is not a redesign, but just a slight upgrade. Advanced automatic in the early 80s. Yeah, that's pretty good. And that's exactly what we needed, because fuel economy. Although currently the fuel economy still sucks for those. So let's set up the factory. There's nothing we really can upgrade here that wouldn't make sense. SMC injectors make everything fiberglass, so that yeah, so that you can have even more lightweight cars. Less prestigious, but more lightweight. Saves you some fuel. We do have a very strong company valuation, of course, but we're going to use that for bigger plans. So for now, I think we just produce all three of them. And yeah, automation level is good. Quality, yeah, nice. Nice. This is looking pretty solid. And cost per production units of 16.3. Very affordable. Oof, yes. Ouch. That advanced gearbox, advanced automatic gearbox, that is a lot of engineering time. And expectedly so. Why though? Why? Oh, right. We have engineering cost multiplier. Engineering time is lower. So why does it add up to 29? Because these vectors are perpendicular. So this should end up at something like 23 or something. Well, I'll take it. Maybe there's some other thing going on that I'm not aware of at the moment, because I'm a little dumb. But let's see. Tooling. Are we happy with the tooling? I think so, because everything else would kind of upset it even more. Reliability is good. Funding. 48 million. Ouch. But yeah, I think we are sticking with this, more or less. We can add a little more. Let's make it 30 months. That's looking good. Gain some more familiarity. And those numbers are looking mint. Kind of the same deal for the engine factory. This is all looking great. We here have 12.2. Upgrade the building? No, I think we don't want that. And I need to go back to the car factory and put that on. We only want to refresh the minor tooling, because that saves us some time. And we do have the maintenance facility on there for that reason, that we can tick that off more often than not. Just 8.2 months at these settings already, and they are very high. Can we push that? Oh, no, if we push it higher, then this efficiency drops. The factory is not large enough to be that heavily automated. So I'll just pull down the funding slider, because we can. Let's optimize it. Oh, that's a little too much. Pressure down even more. Oh, that's every step there. Just nukes things. Production is looking solid, so I think we are ready to sign this one off. Here with the margins in there, the automatically calculated margins, which it doesn't tell you here, which is why this is a little confusing. This is looking like it's going to sell nicely. Big profit machine, 2 billion in 5 years. I think for this third iteration we can set a higher base margin, like 30% on everything, because, well, we are ending up at pretty high margins anyway. So why not do that? And I don't think there's any competitor that is coming out that will crush us from here out. There's, of course, with the markets being more saturated, there's a little less room for improvements in general. Although there's some interesting tech coming out, especially around now, but we already have that tech. Not in this engine that we are using, but, well, you know, we are onto something with our super high-tech one. The DC... no, not DCOE, no. Dual overhead cam, 4-valve, and turbocharged MPFI in the late 70s. Yes, that's pretty nasty technology for then. So that should work out. And this is all looking fancy. This is something that I did want to change, and I need to. 10 months, not acceptable. We need to drop that down to whatever we can. Let's see, right there. Just deselect the building. That 92, that's nothing. Just refresh the minor tooling. And now it will take 5 months only. That is a quick turnaround. So we don't even need that much. How much is it going to cost? 123 million. So we don't even need that much stock, I wanted to say. Hansmobile. The Hansmobile needs to be revamped once this engine is coming out. And we might be able to produce it. We might be able to produce it in a small factory, which we just place on that plot that we are going to buy, which we have talked about for so long already. The Hansmobile needs to wait until the ultimate technology is in there, and Hans can drive it around in the stylishest of fashions at like 50 kilometers an hour, or whatever speed is the most efficient, as he calculates it. So this is all looking good. We don't need a loan for this project, and we can sign it off, I believe. 30/30, looking great. Sign off the selected projects. Yes, please. Oh, that is right. We just did this one has just come out, the MK1. So we must have, in the last episode, which I've already forgotten, we must have revamped this one instantaneously as it came out with this one, and we deemed it not ready for production at that time. This must be indeed the case. So from here, what we're going to do is, should we try to purchase a new plot? Although that is bad timing. That is really bad timing with what the economy looks like in an expansion period. But at some point it needs to come down again. Should we wait until then? Or should we just bite the bullet? We can always check it out. So why not try to select a new car factory and see what the plots are costing. We could stay in Fruinian if we wanted to. Large. Oof. Ow. That's a little... that hurts. Large plot is 560 million. In Achana, however, it is just 350 million. That might be the way to go. even though their build quality is shit. Or we can simply go to Delua, because, oh well, labor costs are so much higher. Yeah, they are quite a bit higher. They are as high as in Fruinian, but the plot costs are lower. So if we wanted to expand without sacrificing too much workforce skill, that would be Delua as the option. The plot cost 59%, this is the same, and 93% there. It's cheaper to actually buy a plot in Gazmir at this time. If we are indeed going for a large factory, then the workforce skill is not that important anymore because of the high levels of automation in there. But on the other hand, of course, that's kind of the point to go there. Like, low labor costs, the lure being as Fruinian, but on the other hand, again, we do have pretty low costs in Fruinian already. It's not like our cost per production unit are extremely high. What was it? For 12 for the engine and 16 for the car. That's not much. Alright, so let's wait for the next downturn, or at least getting close to it, and then we strike, because we do have the money. We do have the money, but also we do have to still pay off that big loan. And let's just check it out. How much more do we have to pay off? That is still a lot. We are not halfway yet. That is holding us back a little. Plot prices are falling at the moment, and that looks like a big downturn in the economy. We do have plenty of stock to cover the gap, and that means some big profits here again, because the factory retool does not cost that much, just takes some time. And this is looking very nice. And how is the new car going to sell? See, probably seeing big sales once again. 10,000 cars being sold per month. That is nice. Ooh, also the plot costs are coming down a lot. This is the downturn we have been waiting for. Not for our sales, but for striking a good deal. We now have 1 billion profits here, or 1 billion in our bank account. And okay, much of this actually came in the new year. So I think this is the year where we want to strike, because that gets us around paying lots of taxes too. If we had this big profit, this big windfall from this downtime, which started basically in January, then I think this will cover all our profits and take us into the negative, so there's nothing to tax there. Isn't that great? Now the question is, do we want to make another facelift of this one? Ooh, that would be the MK4. It's not something we usually do to our cars, but I think in this iteration of them, this might be warranted because of our current situation, paying back the big loans and not quite having a new project lined up because the engine is not ready yet, and yeah, we're waiting for that one for sure. That needs to be in the new car. Alright, let's do another quick update to this one, and we are going to sell it while the other big new project is engineering. And that one is going into... really, it should be the other way around, right? The new big project going into this established factory, and then we put a new one that is going in parallel into a medium one. Or do we want to go large one to start off? Because the jump between factory sizes is quite awkward. Let's take a look what new car projects we could be making. Again, we are aiming at the commuter demographic. Oh, there's a lot of choice here. This one I fancy. It's looking great, because that has so many different variants to choose from. There's plenty of options in there for us. And we can just freely choose what size we want. Could do a small one and a large one even if we wanted to. Oh, and the new car, of course, could be not at all Honda City. Yeah, we could... Oh, the van! The Honda City van! Yes. That would be fantastic. That could also be a little Hansmobile. Weighs like 300 kilos or something. Oh, we should give this one a quick try. Just slap it together and see what comes out of it, if this is appreciated by the market or not. So we are going with steel and, of course, our standard stuff. Front transverse, yes. Ooh. Yeah, now is the time to switch over, though. I mean, yes, 25% and all, but we do have plenty of familiarity already. Double wishbone, and this one could even have torsion beam. It's a little compactness. Yeah, I mean, on such a small car, that would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? But by now, the engineering time for both is about the same, because of the familiarity. Yeah, let's take for front-wheel drive. Yes, we only want to have front-wheel drive anyway. Does some engine fit? Yeah, this one, for instance. So to get somewhat accurate numbers, let's use this one. Oh, getting some ballpark numbers for this. Expected top speed 170. That's the new engine doing it. Of course, this car would end up more in the city category than the commuter category. It's too small for that, wrong body type, and also, this tuning is not optimal for this type of car. Let's see what happens if we just... Oh, no, it is pretty good. It is pretty good. Wrong body type, but yeah, the city demographic is just being completely annihilated by this car. That is looking rather decent, I have to say. Need some more dampers here and there. And other than that... Oops, that was the wrong one. Needs it here. Yeah, looking better. Is this 6 liters per 100k? So that's pretty decent. What about the gear? Ooh, the gearing is not optimal. Yeah, this is about the best it can do, I would say. We don't have to have it limited at all, because it just goes to 172. Might be worth to limit it to 172 to save 20 bucks for the tires. It doesn't make it any worse. Okay, so this is somewhat optimized. It is doing well, especially in the city demographics. Could make a more premium version of it as well, if it goes into a separate factory anyway, and a smaller one at that, or... well, that's the problem though. Maybe we do want to have this one handmade and a bit more premium, because then we can just put it into a small factory and we don't need to pay the massive costs for the steel presses for the small factory, which we then have to kind of throw away. Yeah, not quite. But bake into our large factory later on. It's somewhat inefficient to do so. Now, that might be an option. This might be an option. This is looking... Yeah, we could make a fun trim as well. We just need to convince Hand-Dieter to make us a sports version of the engine. What would that be? Yeah, we can all wonder. Anyway, I think this is a pretty decent candidate. I'm going to keep it around, and next time we are going to design the proper successor to the car we have going at the moment, which is a bit more of an all-rounder and very good at filling all kinds of different market demographics. But this one might be a good addition, so we don't have to cater as much with our new car to the city demographic. And yeah, it's not being produced by any factory. I know, that's all fine. Anyway, I think we conclude today's episode here, and I hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time.